Now it's time to focus on adding new items to a dictionary in depth. This is especially useful when you are collecting user input, building a record system, or dynamically updating data during a program. So let's get into it. Let's say we have a dictionary called student. There we have a key called a name, and that has a value called Gojo. Then we have a key called age. The age is, let's say, 25. Now to add a new key value pair, we can use brackets. We saw that in the last video as well. For example, we can write the dictionary name student, then we can give square brackets, and in between quotes we can give a key name, for example grade, then equal, and a value. For example, we can give here A, means his grade is A. Now here it is showing some squiggly lines. You can ignore them. It says this dictionary creation could be rewritten as a dictionary literal. So at this point of time, we don't have to worry about that. It works perfectly fine. Just ignore those lines. Now here in this example, behind the scenes, Python checks if grade exists in the dictionary. Since it doesn't, it creates it and assigns A there. Now we also saw that we can add multiple items using the .update method. So what I can do is I can write student.update, and here I can give curly braces, and there I can write some key value pairs as well. For example, I can write here city, and let's say that would be Tokyo, and then I have another key called passed, and that holds the value true. Okay, now let's get rid of these squiggly lines. What you can do is, before modifying the student dictionary, just write the print statement and print the default student, and that just will remove the squiggly lines. That was happening because we did have some initial data. We were not printing those and was just modifying, so that's why the squiggly lines were there. So now as we are printing, so the squiggly lines has gone away. So as you can see, using the update method, we can add multiple key value pairs in the dictionary. So now the question is, why use .update method? Because it is cleaner when adding many items, and it works like merging dictionaries. Okay, now these examples we saw before in our previous videos. Now let's push ourselves a little bit further. We can take key as well as values from the user input. So what I can do is I can take a variable called new key, then equal, I'm gonna write the input method, and here I'm gonna give a placeholder, and the placeholder would be enter key. Okay, then I'm gonna have another variable called a new value equal, and I'm gonna write the input method again. Here the placeholder would be enter value. Now after getting the data from the user, what we can do is we can write the student dictionary, means the dictionary name, then inside square brackets we can give this new key which user provided. So I'm gonna write new key and equal new value, which is also given by the user. And after assigning that key and the value, what we can do is we can write the print statement and pass the student here. Now if I run the code, you'll see it prints name Gojo, age 25. Then it asks for a key. So let's say the key name is ID, and if I hit enter, it will ask for the value, and let's say the ID is 32. If I hit enter, you'll see it prints name Gojo, age 25. Then it added grade. It did not add grade in this statement, and even before asking the input. As you can see, these lines are before the inputs, but we are not seeing this because before these inputs and after these modifications, we don't have any print statement here. It is getting updated here, student dictionary getting updated in these two lines, but as we are not printing, that's why we did not see the city and past value here before asking the new key and a new value, but it got modified here. The student dictionary got updated. Then it asks for a new key and new value, and when I give new key is ID and value is 32, it assigned that key value pair inside the student dictionary. And now after adding this data, it prints the student dictionary which has all of this. Okay, so even if I remove these two lines, as you can see, we have the student dictionary. We are printing that, and then we are asking for a new key and new value from the user, and then we are assigning that inside that dictionary and then printing that dictionary. If I run the code again, as you can see, the print statement prints Gojo, then age, and then we want the city as key, then we want the value would be Tokyo. If I hit enter, as you can see, it prints name, age, city. Okay, I hope you understood how we work with user input and the dictionaries. This is how real world applications grow a dictionary dynamically. Now, what happens if the user input key already exists? As you can see, there is a key called age. Now, if the user gives a key called age, what will happen? Let's see. If I run the code again, as you can see, it prints name is Gojo, age is 25. And let's say we have this age key. Now, if user gives the key age again and then gives the value 20 and submits, as you can see, it didn't add a new key value pair but just updated the age key value. As you can see, previously it was 25. After this line, this age became 20. So it simply updates the value, no error. So if key doesn't exist, it adds it, and if key exists, it updates it. This is one of the best things about Python dictionaries. Now let me comment these 3 lines and give you a bonus example, and that is we can have dictionaries inside another dictionary. For example, as you can see, we have this student dictionary. Now we can write this dictionary name student, then we can say that add another key which is address, and that key will have a value, and that value would be a dictionary as well, and that will contain the city, for example Tokyo, and then we can have a zip as well. Let's say that is 1200. Now why these squiggly lines? Okay, let me run the code actually. As you can see, it works fine. I think there is some issue in the PyCharm, or what is the error here? Means not error, it is a warning actually. Now here is some squiggly lines. This doesn't matter, you don't have to worry about that. I hope you just understood this is how you can create complex real world data structures like JSON style data. As you can see, the update, it is similar to JSON type data. When you will become a developer, you will understand more about JSON type data. So that's all about how you add items to a dictionary in Python. We have now covered adding a single item, multiple item through user input, even nested dictionaries. So that's all for this video. See you in the next one.